Ice cream sandwich. Haven't seen one of y'all in one of these in a while. Bad teachers.
Ed teacher.
Love
like
these.
a really bad teacher. Can I go to the bathroom? Okay, jeez. Now think of the
Facts.
worst teacher that you've ever had. And did they ever take money from you? No, I don't think that anybody... I had that happen to me once. Okay, jeez. Back when I was in junior high school, I took a class about starting small businesses. In this class, we had to come up with our own business idea, build it, and then try to get people to pay for what we made with real money as a way to get education on business. Business. Buy our product. No. Buy it.
Business,
No.
business.
It's getting away. Business. I really wanted to learn business, so I thought this was a great idea for a class. The only downside to this class was that money was involved. Real money. Yeah, that's real. And when real money's involved, people stop playing fair. The class got divided into 3 groups of 5. One team decided to sell cool, fancy pens. Another group made screen-printed t-shirts. And our group made magnets. Our team was the best one. Not to brag, but I mean that. We had a fantastic production line. We had solid profit margins. We even had a role for everyone. There was the math guy to figure out the numbers, people to make the magnets. We had distributors to sell the magnets. You want some magnets? And me, the artist. And I still have them. Ooh, look how cool they are. And faded with time. Oh, so nice. All I'm trying to say is that we put in the work.
Still
All
has
the money
them.
that we made was earned. After the whole class was done, we had made $150 total in profit, which was the most money in the class. Better than the pens, better than the t-shirts. We were really proud of ourselves. So this business class was located in the wood shop directly across the hallway from a different shop class. Why is this important for me to bring up? Great question that I pretended you asked. That classroom had a bunch of equipment and stuff in it that allowed us to make the products for the business class. And somehow, I don't know how this happened, the teacher from that other shop class heard about the money that we had made. We were called into her classroom and she asked what we made for our business. Magnets? Did you use the equipment from this room? Yeah, our teacher said that we could use school equipment to make our business. Well, actually, there's a school fee for using school resources. And since you guys used school resources, you'll have to pay the fee. And then she charged us money. She wasn't even our teacher, and she made us cough up an additional $50 of our hard-earned money just because of a made-up rule.
crazy.
I can make up rules too. There's a 200% fine for being a jerk to me. You know how in art class you have to pay like $75 for the paint and the canvas or whatever? That was the excuse to take the money. The thing is, we did use tools from her shop room, but you know what tools that we used to make the magnets? A paper cutter. Squeak, squeak. Is that worth $50, do you think?
Really?
Tell me. We couldn't do anything about
That's
it.
all?
She was a teacher. And all we were just a bunch of lowly students with no power and a bunch
That
of
is
cool
so
magnets.
stupid.
In the end,
That pisses
we
me
walked
off.
away with about $20 per person. $20 isn't nothing. It's like a Chipotle. One Chipotle. I'm happy with the money that we earned, but she totally lied and pocketed that money. You know, this gives me a great business idea. Step 1, become a teacher. Step 2. So yeah, that was not a good teacher. But what can you do? You can eat your feelings. Can I have some? No. Go get your own. The worst part is,
Yo,
despite
he
the
did not
class,
just slap
I'm still bad
him with
at
the burrito.
business. Before the next bad teacher story, I have good news. Very good news. The ice cream sandwich plush is back and he's bigger than ever. Literally. This time around, he's bigger and fluffier, and he's even passed the bar exam. Battery is legally defined as when the victim is aware of the oncoming attacker. It sure is, buddy. It's an amazing pillow. It's an amazing snuggle buddy. It can even do this.
You could do it to do that
Go to this
to it.
website to pre-order now. Pre-orders
Aw.
will be up for a while, but once we move into production,
get one
they're
if
gonna
I
be
had
closed.
money.
So if you want it, I'd go get it now. More details on production and shipping are on the website. Be sure to get yours today. Thank you, me, for sponsoring this video. You're welcome. This other time in junior high school, me and my friend Lance were sitting together at lunch. While we were hanging out, we just were messing with each other, which is a thing friends do. That's normal. We were just having fun. But then a teacher looked over and saw me holding Lance's Gatorade. From her perspective, she probably thought that I was being a real bully, and she decided it was a good idea to intervene. That's not a bad thing, by the way. It's just the way that she went about it was... Well,
Abrasive.
I have notes. But you are thirsty. But you want a quenching, delicious drink. If you don't want this fork to go into your neck, you give that back to him right now.
Yo.
Yeah, okay. And then she walked away.
No way.
I do not think that is proper conflict.
No
resolution.
way that
A lot
happened.
of things go through my mind.
No
Like, was she
way.
just messing around also? But people normally just mess with people that they know.
No way
Mario.
she actually
I've
said
never
that.
talked to her before in my life, and first impressions matter. One
Facts.
would think. And if it were a joke, she would probably say, haha, just kidding. But she didn't. That's a weird way to deliver a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Did you
I don't know
really
why.
say that?
Hello? Why? Plus, there's some jokes that can't just be ended with just kidding, and it makes everybody laugh. Sometimes a bit can go too far. Just kidding. But hello?
Oh
That
my
interaction
God.
was the worst. I hated that. All I wanted was to not ever interact with her again. Because, you know, pretty rough first impression. But then she called a meeting with me. I imagine she must have been nervous that I would go tell on her to another teacher. And then she would get in trouble. I go down to the main office to meet with her. She's in this big meeting room at a very large oval table with a lot of seats, and it's just her and just me. And she's like, "Hey, Andy, you know about lunch the other day where I told you to stop messing around? You know I was just kidding, right?"
Sure.
Yeah, this was clearly an intimidation tactic. But what was I gonna do? Sue her? All right, that's it. I'm suing. But legal
Did he tell
services
his
aren't
parents or
cheap,
something?
so... You wanna buy a magnet? I'm not saying I'm the best at conflict resolution myself, but I think a better opener in a situation like that is everything okay? Instead of threatening someone with a fork. But what do I know? I'm just a guy with 3 weird hair things. Chipotle? Plus, this is junior high school. What we were doing
Not
was tame
Chipotle.
compared to stuff the other students would do. If we're gonna violently punish students, let's tone it down from fork to maybe pool noodle would be more acceptable. You
Okay.
know how when you're young, you look to adults like they know all that is right and wrong? And if you needed help or justice, you could go to them in a time of need? Teacher, Billy keeps hitting me and taking my pencil. And also he tripped me and he stole all of my stuff from my backpack. And also he sawed me in half. Well, way back in 1st grade, I had this friend named Cody. I thought he was pretty cool. He thought I was pretty cool. So he gave me one of his toys. Communication at that age
Aw.
is pretty primitive, but you get the gist of what's going on. It was one of those puff air toys where you push buttons to push air through the water and try to get the rings on the stems. We're definitely going to regionals this year. Foolishly, I had brought it to school with me because I cherished it, God forbid, and I wanted to play it at school. I was playing with it in class once, though, and that's on me. I should have been focusing more on my education. That was coloring in the fire truck.
Facts.
So, my bad. The teacher noticed me
Education.
playing it and was like, "No, we are doing coloring now," and took it away from me. Fine, I did need to focus. I can't become the president of the United States if I don't cover the basics first. I'm going to make the wheels
Not wrong.
green. The problem was that she just wouldn't give it back. This was a long time ago, so I can't remember her reasoning, but I do remember that she just never gave it back to me. And because the
Why?
toy was gone, it upset Cody and ultimately hurt our friendship. This betrayal from my teacher didn't compute with me. In my mind, I knew stealing bad, teacher's supposed to help, teacher took something of mine and made me worse off. None
Aw.
of that stuff mixed in my brain. This tastes like toilet water and ketchup. What's a little weird is that I remember that experience. I don't remember a lot of 1st grade, but I remember that toy and when a teacher took it away from me. When a teacher is good to you,
Just
you'll
didn't
remember
give it
that
back,
forever.
though?
Unfortunately, when a teacher is bad to you, you'll also remember that forever. And you'll brood in your window at night recounting their sins. Some people do that. I don't do that. You okay, man? I could have gone to regionals. Anyway, recently I went to California, and while I was there, I hung out with Rushlight Invader, who I found has a bad teacher story, which I decided he should share.
All right, so one time I had a bad teacher and I hated her. And I had this one teacher who I look up to. He taught me how to paint. I love him. One day, my bad teacher was like, "Hey, let's go on a field trip. It will be out for 3 hours. We're going to the Andy Warhol Museum. It's going to be awesome." We go. But you know what happened?
What happened?
We came back to college, and the bad part was it was 3 hours after when we originally wanted to be there by.
So the field trip was making you miss the class for your favorite good teacher.
Yes. I was so angry the whole field trip. I'm like, this field trip's bleeding my other classes right now, and I am angry. Blah, blah, blah. Go back to school. And I storm into my class, my favorite class. This is like the main course, the main painting course, the main teacher. He is famous, okay? I only get to pay for an hour. Whatever, waste of a day.
That's annoying that she made the field trip run over so much. That's also wasting your tuition.
So she has the bright idea to do another field trip, Andy.
That's what? Is this allowed? Impromptu field trips that just go over other classes?
Yeah, that's why she's a bad teacher, Andy. It's not a good teacher video, it's the bad teacher video.
Inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate. Judge, Send her out.
Send me out too. I need to use the bathroom.
Oh. So she wanted to go on another field trip. And I'm like, no. I tell her straight up, I'm like, I'm good. I'll stay back. She's like, what? You're not going to join us? I promise we'll be on time this time. And I'm like, no. I'll just go with my good teacher's class and just stay with him all day. I have so much time to kill. I will paint with him. I'm going to learn so much.
What is this bad teacher? What's her class? What is she teaching?
This teacher, she didn't know how to teach her class. She was the Photoshop teacher, and I was the only one that knew Photoshop. And I had to teach the class for her.
Dang.
Oh, no. That's bad.
She's terrible.
Wait,
That's too
why
much.
is she taking you on field trips for Photoshop class?
She don't want to do her job.
That's really bad.
So
Yeah.
she goes on this other field trip,
Very
and
bad,
I'm
actually.
there painting all day with my other teacher. To be fair, she arrived back on time. She's like, "Hi, Rush. I didn't see you at the field trip, and look, we're back on time. You're here, but where's the students at? The other 3 students, they're late." She's like, "What? Actually, I know where they are. Yeah, this girl's at a bar nearby. The one guy just went home to sleep. The other guy went to go dirt bike riding." And they're like, "How do you know this?" I'm
Yeah.
part of their class. I told me their plans. They were like, "Yeah, after the field trip, we're gonna ditch class and do our own things." Interesting. Turns towards the bad teacher. And then she laughed out of embarrassment.
Oh, so then the cat blew off the cat.
Yeah, you know the famous saying. The cat blew up the cat.
Yeah, that's the one everybody knows.
And
What?
dude, it was so funny watching her face realize she just lost.
Wow, more concerned with being right than anything. That
Well,
is
that's
a bad teacher. Thank
yeah.
you, Rush, for sharing your story. Team 3, you can proceed with extraction. Everybody, let's thank Rush for his story. Thank you, Rush. Thank you.
Oh
Next
my
up, we
gosh.
go to his channel where we talk about outside stories. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh my god, what just happened? What the hell just happened? Anyway, yeah, bad teachers, man. I don't think this was actually a bad teaching decision, but I had finished a test early, like a math test, like 9 times 5, whatever. I was done. I might have been showboating a little bit. Anyway, so the teacher comes over and like rips up the test from my desk because I wasn't being like the quietest person ever. So that stuck with me. But I wouldn't say that was a bad teaching decision. I just learned to shut my ass up. Bad breath from teachers, though. Oh, God. And then there are teachers who definitely had their favorites in class that were just ridiculous. Comment below a story from your child development about bad teachers.